great to be here at the Alt Dairy Conference. Thanks for joining me here today. I'm David Ziskind. I lead the project management and engineering teams in the Next Gen Ag division at Black & Veatch. My experience includes design build projects in the food and beverage industry, clients ranging from startups to Fortune 500 companies. I'm going to give this lightning talk on considerations for your manufacturing strategy as you look to scale. I want to leave you with some ideas and guidance as you look to bring your product to market or expand your existing market. We only have a few minutes today, so I'd encourage you to connect with me on LinkedIn, and we can talk more either now or in the future. If I can't help you, I'll find someone in my network who can. When you connect, please mention the Alt Dairy Conference so we can both remember how we met. I want to give you a brief introduction to my organization, Black & Veatch. Black & Veatch is a global engineering, consulting, and construction provider with a 100-year legacy of innovations in sustainable infrastructure. We work closely with clients to deliver solutions regardless of project size or location. Our Next Gen Ag team is your partner for technology and manufacturing scale-up for food and agriculture, including alternative dairy. We want to play a leading role in helping to sustainably feed our growing world population. It's what we believe in: better food, better planet. We help companies bridge the gap between science, research and development, engineering, and commercialization. Oops, hopefully can still see. I just lost my browser window here. So let's move into today's topic, manufacturing strategy considerations as you look to scale production. So why is your manufacturing strategy important? Here are a few news articles over the past several months to give you an idea. Whether it's bringing all functions under the same roof to create a single integrated team, as Danone is doing, using contract manufacturing to meet demand, as General Mills did, or dealing with a dispute, as in this article with Beyond Meat, it's the quintessential question that every company has to address: in-house production or contract manufacturing. There are two main approaches to consider for manufacturing: producing in your own facility or outsourcing to a contract manufacturer. With the in-house production approach, a further decision can be made. Do you own the facility, lease a building for your needs? And even if it's your own facility, do you operate it with internal personnel or outsource the operating function? With contract manufacturing, you can consider outsourcing the entire manufacturing function or just a portion of it. For example, just the process or just the packaging. So talking through a few things from the in-house production consideration standpoint, we're looking at upfront capital expenditure. There's going to be probably a significant upfront capital expenditure. You've got some limited flexibility for directional shifts. So if you need to pivot, for example, different equipment, different facility, there's obviously a cost and a lead time associated with that. Capacity constraints for future growth. So what I mean is, what happens if your product takes off? We know the product's going to take off, and maybe the facility can't meet demand. Maybe you're producing 24/7 and still can't meet that demand. That's a consideration to think about. With your own facility, you're producing in-house, you're also going to have to become a manufacturing and operations expert or hire a manufacturing and operations team. One of the benefits of in-house production is your intellectual property and trade secrets are maintained in-house. They stay in-house. You're not having to tell a third party all your secrets or all your details of how you're producing this. On the product quality side, you've got total control over the product quality. It's right there in your facility. You can control it probably better than if it was being manufactured at another facility. You've also got control over the production schedule. So if you've got something that you have to get out and you want to change the production schedule, it's your facility. You can do whatever it is you need. On the contract manufacturing side, if you're going the contract manufacturing route, some things to consider. Even though that capital expenditure may be a little lower, you're looking potentially at a long-term higher unit cost. So something to consider as you scale. You may get greater flexibility in production and volume. What I mean by that is, do you need to, make more product one day, less product? Do you need to change something? Probably a little easier in a contract manufacturing facility maybe than your own facility. Quicker small batch availability for product testing. So if you're looking to get something out quickly to market, sales samples, things like that, contract manufacturer may provide some benefits there. My question of, can you train an outside manufacturer? So, your production process, is it something that can be easily trained, or do you need your personnel? Is it highly specialized? Going the contract manufacturing route, you're having to share your intellectual property and trade secrets with outside entities. So something to keep in mind, you're having to outsource that. You're having to tell others about your intellectual property, your trade secrets, how you're making the product. From the quality control standpoint, you don't have that overseeing total quality control that you might have with an in-house facility. You can do it from a contractual side, but there may be some, quality control items to consider there. The other thing is from a schedule standpoint. If you're a contract manufacturing facility, you don't have that total control over production schedule, right? Could your production be delayed or bumped potentially for someone else's higher priority products? So just a quick recap. So we talked about in-house production. We talked about the contract manufacturing approach. Some things to consider. May even consider, is there a hybrid approach for you? Can you potentially make the raw material, make the ingredient, and send that to a co-packer for packaging or finishing? So there's no right answer here. It really depends what works best for you, for your company, your scenario, your business strategy, in order to expand your market. So again, thanks for joining me today. It was great to be here. I hope you were able to take away some things to consider as you look to define your manufacturing strategy. I'd love to continue the conversation. So let's connect on LinkedIn, where you can follow me for industry insight and thought leadership. And again, I'd welcome the opportunity for an individual discussion. Thanks again for joining me, and enjoy the rest of the Alt Dairy Conference.